All right. We're back. That's what Fuzzy Robbie says anyway. So you can join us on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Periscope Live right now. And it's brought to you by Mr. Floor. Mr. Floor cleaning products are all non-toxic and environmentally safe, and you can learn more at mrfloor.com. And something else we've been talking about now that we're back on the air for the podcast, you can also just go to mightyhouse.net, and you'll be able to watch this show and previous shows right there, right on the homepage, and there'll be links to all of that, because Max Chagrin puts all that stuff on the homepage, and you links to all the different places that you can listen to the podcast. Mr. Floor was last week. Yes. That was fun. Yeah, you had a good time. And of course, you can. It was a good show. And you can sign up for the newsletter too. If somebody was to do that, how could they do that, Rich?
Just go to mightyhouse.net. You know, where the home, you got the links.
Yep.
Go to the Contact Us page and go ahead and put in your first and last name, your email address, and click on Boom, done. And once a week, you'll get the newsletter with the ideas to tell you what's coming up on the show or what we just taped and what's coming up next, and then links to sponsors and products and whatever helpful stuff we got.
All that fun stuff. Yeah, that's exactly it. And, do you have the email song? Do we have that? Yeah. Do we? Because we need to do the email song now. Because we didn't do that last week. No, we didn't. Because we just ran along with Mr. Floor. So. That's all right. You're good. Oh, there it is.
Email. We get email.
This is the part where Robbie sings.
Every day.
We're not going to sing.
Here's your mail today.
All right, there we go. The email this week, we were posting some stuff on Facebook about Crawlspaces. And so somebody wanted to know, do you have more information and tidbits for Crawlspaces? Old and dingy still a pile of dirt. Let's see. Hers is old and dingy. It's still a pile of dirt for floor base and 60-year-old house. Happens that the furnace is there also, accessing it from a hatch in the floor. So hit us with that first picture there, Fuzzy. There you go.
Sounds like my old house in Oak Forest.
Yeah.
And mine wasn't even that nice.
This one's an actually nice, clean, bright. It's got lights. So this one's bad. There's some really nasty ones out there. And so if you have something like this, and that's a dirt floor, how can we address this one?
Well, before we address it, let's talk about what the problem is with it.
Okay.
So this was pretty common. And if you look all the way through, I see a bright spot, which tells me there's a vent in there.
Yep, right there.
So what's happening is the moisture from the ground is coming up through that dirt, and they're putting a vent there so that it goes outside. Mm-hmm. Now, if your air handler is in that crawl space, you're sucking in moisture, dirty air, cold air if it's winter, or hot air if it's summer. So now you're trying to treat it, right?
Yep.
So there's a lot of bad things about having that. That's how we always used to do it. That's the 40s, 30s, 40s. Yeah. That was how it was done.
That was normal. That was a normal way of doing it. And you conditioned it, and that's why you'll see a lot of times people will have insulation in there because the floors were really, really cold in the winter. So
yes.
That's how they would insulate that then. And then it falls down.
But they could have saved a bunch of time and trouble not insulating the floor, but actually fixing the crawl space. And
correct.
To fix it would be a mud slab.
Right. You got that next one there, Fuzzy? So what we would do is level this out.
Yep. A 6 or 10 mil vapor barrier.
Mm-hmm.
Plastic. And then pour 2 inches of concrete. And it doesn't have to be pretty. That looks like an ice rink.
Yes. That's a fresh pour there. Something else that I like to do is put in a sump pit, even if you don't have water issues. Still throw in a sump pit and run drain tile all the way around the perimeter before you pour that. That way, if there is any moisture or water or groundwater coming up through there, that will take care of it. And that'll address it and take it and get it out so that way it stays nice and dry in your crawl space. So
now, that's good. That's a good step. What we've just taken care of is moisture evaporation from the earth up into your house. Mm-hmm. And we gave you a place to lay on a creeper and zoom all around your crawl space.
Right.
And a great place to hide Christmas
But it's still not
presents.
energy efficient. We still have very cold walls next to our floors.
Right. So if we went back to that previous picture where we had that vent, we would close up that vent, seal it off, this one right there, and then we'd go...
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one right there. And then you can do a couple things. You can have somebody come in and spray some closed cell foam all the way around the perimeter, so that you go from this concrete floor here all the way up to where the floor starts. Not just to the floor joist, but go past the floor
Not to
joist.
the bottom of the joist, but where the wood sheathing, the floor deck.
Right, and you can go around the perimeter and spray that all solid, and put 2 to 3 inches of foam up there, and that will really make a huge difference. And now, the inside of your crawl space is like conditioned air, like the rest of your house. If your furnace is in there, all your ductwork runs through there. You've got a water heater down in there.
Whack.
All of that now is in conditioned space, and you're not having to treat all that humid or cold air that's down in your crawl space.
Well, and you're not getting that musty smell. My house, my first house in Oak Forest was like that. And every time the furnace would come on, all I would get would be this whiff of like damp, rotting wood.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just nasty smelling.
Right.
Of course, that's also because when I went down there to clean out my crawl space, it happened to be full of damp, rotted wood. Well, because nobody wanted to crawl in the mud, so it seemed like a good idea to lay wood on the mud.
Sure.
So you didn't have to crawl in the mud.
Sure. Perfect sense. Absolute perfect sense. So, and if you
It's
don't...
amazing to me how people fix things in all the wrong ways and actually make things worse.
Right. So, if you can't afford to have, because you're not going to spray closed cell foam on your perimeter of your house and do that by yourself. You're going to have to call somebody in to do that. And if you can't afford to get that done, then what you would do is buy some 2-inch foam board, cut it, glue it on the wall all the way around the perimeter. All your seams, you would tape your seams up, and that would help also. And then you have go again. That foam board would go all the way up from the concrete floor all the way to the bottom of your floor.
So you do is you cut little blocks and you stick them in there against the rim joist, and
Right.
then you just take some great stuff foam and fill the edges.
And caulk
there's
it
a lot
on.
of things you can do to air seal and save a ton of money.
Right.
But that's the nice thing about the codes changing.
Right.
You don't have to you won't have to do that in the new house. It'll be done.
Right. Exactly. So this is the ideal scenario. I know people would say encapsulation is better, but I still like doing it this way because the floor is solid, it's sealed up, it's insulated well. This is called encapsulation, and this is basically like a big swimming pool liner that has welded seams, and they go up the side, they seal it all off. You can see on the back wall here, they came up all the way up the walls, so that now what they're doing is just keeping all that water and all that moisture on the other side of that encapsulation. This is less expensive.
The other thing you'll notice too is that they didn't put more boards down there to crawl. They're not storing all their Christmas stuff. It's a crawl space. You're not supposed to be in there. Once it's done, you stay out.
Right. And this is pretty thick stuff, but you can still puncture it and put holes in it. So, if you're going through there with tools and you got boards and stuff, sliding a board on there, you could poke it and actually get it popped loose. So you really got to be careful with it. But encapsulation is a great option too if you can't afford to do it the other way. And the other way is going to cost you probably $15,000 to $20,000 if you were to hire somebody. And
but it depends on your house. I mean, this is such a better way to do it. It just you've got, it just looks a lot better.
It's a lot cleaner.
You don't want to have the smells.
Right. All right. Well, Fuzzy's telling us that's it. We got to get out of here now, just like that.
I see 49.
Yes, that's it. So next week, what are we talking about next week, Rich? Do you remember?
What my dog always says.
Woof, woof.
Roofs.
All right. So we're going to talk
My
about
dog's
that.
a builder.
Yeah, there you go. And I just want to say thanks to Mr. Floor again and Mr. Floor Cleaning Products. They're all non-toxic and environmentally safe. And you can check them out at MrFloor.com. And you can check us out at Facebook, YouTube. Make sure you click on the bell and the like buttons and all that fun stuff. That way you'll be notified when we hit the air. And you
got to hit the bell, the notification. Notify when we go live.
That's it. Subscribe and hit the bell when we go live. So with that, Fuzzy's giving us a thumbs up. We'll see you next week.
Boom.
Bye-bye. All right, there we go.
You forgot about keep it square and level.
Yeah, keep it. Ah, yeah, I did that again, didn't I?
That's okay. Wait for it.
You got what's?
No, it doesn't have it on there.
Yeah.
I got you.
So, see, he's rolling that right there at the very end.